Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and into another cash stuffing envelope budget sinking funds video. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sue. We'd love to have you as part of our family here on the channel, so if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button and joining a part of our family, I greatly appreciate it. We are into September, and we are just going to jump right in. Just a little bit of background information. If you are new here and this is your first time tuning in, I do have a playlist called Budget. If you want to see the progress and the things that I do from a week-to-week basis, you can go to my channel and find that playlist and just go through them and see where I'm at in my budget process. Another thing is that we are currently saving more money than we're spending. So the way that I break down my budget is every time me or my husband gets paid, he gets paid weekly, I get paid twice a month. We take out our bill money and our savings money first, and then I usually work with my sinking funds, sorry about that, in between $280 to $340 most of the time, but more often than not it's $300 that I work with. And these are just the weekly things, or the things that might come up in a day-to-day basis that we might need money for. Anything that I consider bill orientated, I do budget for that and take that money and put it towards our bill money. We do keep our bills a month ahead, so if you have not and you're interested in how you can get a month ahead on your bills, what you can do is start a sinking fund, start adding into that sinking fund however much your total bills are for the month, start setting back small amounts of it, and then you can deposit all that into your checking account and continue to do just like I do. We always take our bill money and our savings money out of our paychecks first and put them into the proper accounts in our bank. This is just the money that is more like sinking funds or variable expenses or things that might come up in our lives from a week-to-week basis. I hope that makes sense. I do have a couple videos that are more detailed in that if you want to go to the playlist and look through those. And just a little bit of a background. This is my cash envelope system. This is a Happy Notes notebook binder or planner, whatever you want to call it. It has, when you buy it from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, you can get these, the covers and the rings and stuff. It comes with this kind of paper inside of it, and I just removed all that. I decided to make my cash envelope system like this, so I just laminated some cardstock and some decorative papers and cut them to size and then laminated them. I also punched the holes in the bottoms of them there, and then I just inserted them here. I prefer to have a system where all of my cash envelopes are in one thing. I don't like the kind of cash envelopes that you can pull in and out of your wallet. I tend to not carry my wallet a lot of the time, so this way I can just pick this whole thing up and go to the store, and this is just how I deal with my cash envelope systems. Those of you guys who have been watching for quite some time know that I'm opening up an Etsy store. I am going to open that Etsy store on September the 13th, and I will have the cash envelopes inside my shop for you to purchase if you would like them. It is not going to include this outside cover and the rings. You'll have to go and purchase that yourself, because I can't sell somebody else's product. So this is something that you'll have to purchase if you have one of these laying around. Most people who are planner people probably have seen these or have had these. You find these little notebooks like this inside the planner section of your Hobby Lobby or your Michael's. You can find them online. They are called the Happy Planner Notes. So if you are interested, I will be uploading, I think I have made a total of 22 sets, and I will have that in my Etsy store on the 13th. And next week's video will have the link to my shop in it. This week I haven't set it up yet, so if you tune into next week's video, it'll have my Etsy store link inside of it, so that you can go and purchase it if you would like to. Okay, so what I always do is I have a $5 challenge envelope, and what I do is I consciously try to not spend my $5 bills. That's just another way that I can save extra money. And that $5 challenge usually goes for extra money for vacation or things like that. A little extra maybe weekend trip or something like that for me and my family. So I really try not to spend my $5 bills, but I do go through and pull out all of my extra cash from my grocery envelope, my miscellaneous envelope, and my buffer envelope, and see what I have. I never usually have but a couple $1 bills left in my groceries, and if you guys watched my grocery haul from last week, you know I went over budget. In my miscellaneous fund, I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I will take the $5 out and pull them aside, and I'm gonna set my ones aside for something else. I usually allocate that money towards other things. We spent quite a bit of extra money this week because we had some things come up, such as I had to buy some stuff for school. My husband needed like socks and stuff, and we also did oil changes on our car. So most of my funds have dwindled a little bit, and we'll go into detail about that as we go along. I do have savings here, but this is actually my buffer account. I always put at least $20 inside the buffer. I try to really not spend the buffer money, but sometimes I do need it if I go over at the grocery store or whatever the case may be. I have been known to take money out of this buffer account. Like I said, I don't like having a set amount. I like always having a side little buffer. I do that in my checking and savings accounts, and I do that here as well, just in case I may go over. I'm not a big fan of calculating penny for penny when I'm at the grocery store. So when I go to the grocery store, for example, I will take my allocated money plus my buffer money. I stay pretty much well within range, but there are times that I do go over $5, $10 in that, and I like to have that extra buffer just in case. I do go over, so I'm not having to swipe my debit card at the grocery store and pulling that money out of my checking account. So in this buffer account, I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I did have $30 in that buffer account last week, so that is the reason why you see I went over at the grocery store, so that's the reason why you see these 5s in here. It just so happened that the lady at the grocery store gave me all 5s back, and then something else happened where I ended up getting 2 more 5s. I can't remember now. It's been too long ago. But I take my $5 out and I will add that to my $5 challenge envelope. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, $35. And here's my $5 challenge envelope. And we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then we're going to add 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. Once this account gets to $100, then I generally take it out and binder clip it together and throw it in our safe here at the house. Anytime any of my accounts get to $100, I do that. Most of the time it's just my vacation fund and my $5 challenge fund that ends up getting to $100. Most everything else doesn't, because like I said, this is our weekly money. So it's not like we build up and build up and build up. We usually end up spending this money on things like that. Socks, underwear, whatever the kids need for school, all that fun stuff, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have eight extra dollars, which I will usually always put in my grocery envelope. But today we're going to be working with $300 for the week. It is just a paycheck that, it is a week where my husband just got paid. So I usually like to write down $300 down here. And then this week, of course, because my husband will only take out 20s, he won't ask the cashier for 10s. So this week, again, I'm going to be doing some finagling, so bear with me as I do that. Groceries this week is going to get 80. I do have plenty of lunchbox supplies left over from last week, so I won't have to buy too much for that. So we are keeping it at 80 this week. Miscellaneous always gets 40. And I find that in my miscellaneous account goes for anything that we might need. If for some reason in the middle of the week I need a loaf of bread, I'll pull out of that if I don't have any grocery money left. Or if I decide I need a soda or something like that, I pull out of this money here. Dollar Tree, if you guys don't know, I'm on a $20 Dollar Tree challenge right now as we're saving the most amount of money possible for a down payment on our house for next year. We save over $600 a month. That's the base of what we save. Any extra money, like if we work overtime or anything like that, is going back into savings. We're trying to save the most amount of money as possible. Because I want new furniture and stuff like that as well. Gas gets 20. School will get 10. And school just is for anything that they might need. You know, t-shirts or extra supplies or whatever the case may be. We got $20 for car maintenance. We got $20 for sports. We are in the fall season and I have 3 boys that play football. So that sports money is like for concessions or whatever we decide. Sometimes we stop and get breakfast. Sometimes we stop and get lunch. $20 usually can cover something small, or sometimes we just, you know, eat nachos. So clothing gets 20, family fun gets 20, gifts gets 10, vacation gets 20, and buffer will get only 20 this week. I haven't been having to spend too much out of the buffer account the last few weeks. So we are gonna just put 20 in there for now and see what happens this week. I may go back up to 30 or 40 next week. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and start stuffing our envelopes. We got $80 in groceries, 20, 40, 60, 80, and I will put this extra $8 inside there. If I overspend on anything, it's usually on groceries, because, you know, we're a family of 5 around here. Miscellaneous is going to get 20, and Dollar Tree will get 20. Gas will get 20. I know a lot of people think that I don't spend a lot of money on gas, and I don't, because everything that we do is usually inside our town, so $20 usually suits me fine. And as a matter of fact, I rarely ever even go a full week before I need to get gas again. Like right now, I put $20 in my tank last week and I think I still have like a half a tank of gas. So I could probably go this whole next week without getting gas, but I always put it in there. Usually if I can convince my husband to go and put gas in my car, he'll do it on Friday. So I always like to have that money in there. School is going to get 10. And all I have is 20s, so I'm gonna pull this 10 out and set it aside and put a $20 bill in there. Like I said, I told you I'll be finagling stuff. This past week we had to do an oil change on our car. We did have $40 in there last week, but that is depleted, so I'm putting another $20 in there. School will get, no, not school, sports will get 20. We got a football game Friday and a football game Saturday. Clothing, my husband needed some stuff, so I think I had $100 in there. But I'm down to 60, but I will be putting another 20 in there. So we have 80 now. And family fun, we didn't end up spending that $20, which is odd for us. Sometimes we use this money to get like dinner, to go out to eat or something like that, but for some reason we didn't do that this week, so I'm just gonna add another 20 to it. And gifts is also gonna get just 10, and I have a $10 bill in there. I had 30 in there. And I didn't anticipate having to buy a gift this past week, but I did. So I did spend 20 out of there, and so I only have 10 left. I'm going to put a 20 in there and take out the 10. And then vacation, if you guys watched last week's video, I did pull out, I had $100 in there, so I pulled out 100 and put it in our safe. And then I started over, so I have 20 in there, putting 40 in there, and then the buffer account is gonna get these two 10s. And that is our cash stuffing envelopes for this week. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave it in the description box below. If you have something personal to say, I always have my Instagram and my email information in the description box below. Go and check those things out. If you want to send me a message, you can do that, or you can just leave me a question, a comment. Let me know how you're spending your money this week. Are you doing good on your budget? I'm curious. I'd like to know. Are you following this system? Is it working out for you? If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button before you go, and the like bell and all those things that you normally would hit. And also make sure if you've been with me for a long time, make sure that you are continuously staying subscribed to this channel. YouTube does this weird glitch thing every once in a while where it unsubscribes people from channels, so just make sure that you're always subscribed. Pay attention to that. I know it's a daunting task, but we like to make sure we're not losing a bunch of subscribers and gaining subscribers. You know what I mean? It's just the process that helps our channel grow. Like I said, leave me a comment down below, and we will see you guys next week for another cash stuffing envelope video. Bye guys.